We are live in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that is on the road.
The fast-moving Kincaid fire is causing hundreds of Californians to evacuate their homes.
BYU freshmen held an elaborate funeral for their pet fish, and it's going viral.
And Utah's unemployment rates are dropping. Welcome to NewsLine. It's Thursday, October 24th. I'm Kim Peterson.
And I'm Chris Jacobs. Utah unemployment rates are down compared to this time last year.
NewsLine's Tori Gurr found out just how much the rates have changed and why.
Well, Utah was ranked third lowest in the nation for its unemployment rates. The rates have dropped 3% since September of last year. The United States Bureau of Labor Statistics released their employment summary on Friday. The numbers show that Utah provided employment for more than 1.5 million citizens in the last 12 months. There seems to be many job opportunities for students at Brigham Young University.
But it was pretty easy to just go online on the BYU Jobs website and I find something. I found like 5 different jobs to apply for that could work.
BYU advertises jobs on their website and all over campus.
Because you have on-campus jobs and there's a ton of them, and BYU really wants to give students.
The rise of startup companies have become more common, which could provide more jobs in Utah County. But it's not always easy to get there. Zach Entz works for Stratasys, a local startup company that helps with hedge funds.
They started in 2011. They didn't start taking on data scientists until this year.
Startup companies, like Stratasys and Chip, can provide services in a new and unique way.
It was kind of a dream of theirs. Then, they started bringing on other employees.
Because of startup companies, recent college graduates and those looking to start their own business may have more confidence for their job security in the future. Reporting live in Provo, I'm Tori Gurr.
Thanks, Tori.
A Midvale man is behind bars after threatening to shoot local hospitals. Police booked 21-year-old Tarek Wesley Fleming into the Salt Lake County Jail on charges of terroristic threats and threats of violence. Ephraim County officials tipped off police in Salt Lake County. Primary Children's Hospital was on lockdown for 13 hours. San Pete Hospital was also put on lockdown for the day, and Shriners Hospital had heightened security. All the hospitals are now back to normal operation.
A student at Utah State University who was reported missing has been found dead. USU police say 19-year-old Baxter Franklin King was last seen on October 14th. His body was discovered last night. Investigators say no foul play is suspected. No further details about the cause or manner of his death have been released. University officials say the campus is heartbroken to lose a member of the Aggie family. Utah Valley University Governing Board will vote today on constructing an $8 million building. The new building will house the Institutional Advancement Division. The university owns the land but will have to tear down 2 existing homes. The land sits on 800 South, just west of the Center for Autism. If the vote passes, construction will begin in the summer or early fall of 2020.
A new chamber poll shows Aaron Mendenhall leads the mayoral race against Luz Escamilla. The poll was conducted by the Salt Lake City Chamber. It shows Mendenhall with a 42% likely vote and Escamilla at 37%. But this 5-point lead is roughly equal to the poll's 5-point margin of error, meaning the race could be even closer. The numbers also show 21% of voters undecided. Voting day is November 5th. Union Middle School is canceled today due to a small electrical fire. Classes and all other school-related activities are canceled just for one day. The damage is minimal, and fire authorities have said the building will be safe soon. The fire chief is making sure the school has no smoke or carbon monoxide left before letting students and staff return to make sure they are safe. The Canyon School District says that they will keep Union Middle School families updated on the situation.
Student jobs are a great way to earn some money and get ready for the workplace, but as Anessa Pennington found out, working too much as a student could actually backfire for future job opportunities. Is that right?
That's right. Holding an on-campus job can actually prevent students from working part-time for other church-owned organizations.
1,000 hours. That's the lucky number, or rather, the unlucky one. Any employees who have worked more than 1,000 hours in a year for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints or any organization it owns cannot apply for any of its part-time positions, ever. For the 16,000 student employees at BYU, many never reach 1,000 in a year.
But then spring and summer comes, they're not taking classes or they're taking fewer classes, and sometimes they work up to 40 hours a week. Well, that could potentially get a student to working 1,000 hours.
There are several reasons BYU grads may want to work part-time, whether they are in between jobs, applying for grad school, or working around family responsibilities. But many students may not know they are ineligible.
I think it's important for BYU to be very clear on that policy and make sure that students understand that.
The policy also makes it difficult for employers who know the perfect person for an open part-time position.
Let's say 20 years ago that person worked for BYU or a church entity and they were full-time. We couldn't hire that person into the half-time classification either, because once you've met that 1,000 hours, it stays with you.
Policies like this one are in response to the Affordable Care Act, which requires employers to provide benefits for eligible part-time employees. Benefits not all employers are willing to or can even afford to pay.
What I've seen happen since then, though, is employers are hiring more part-time employees under 30 hours.
The policy also bars people from working two part-time jobs for the church at the same time. For example, BYU and Ancestry. The good news, though, is that those who work more than 1,000 hours can apply for quarter-time positions. Those are about 28 hours a week and do offer some benefits. Reporting live from Brigham Young University, I'm Inessa Pennington.
Thanks, Inessa.
One person is dead and another is in critical condition after a helicopter crash in Nevada. Both people in the aircraft were critically injured and taken to a local hospital. Investigators say the 52-year-old pilot died at the hospital. Commuters on their way home from the work responded to the scene and tried to comfort the victims until help arrived.
One of the guys, he was saying, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. And I told him, yes, you are. You are going to make it.
Investigators don't know what caused the crash, but say the pilot did have a lot of experience flying. The identities of the victims have not been released. The FAA and the NTSB are investigating the crash.
Four Corners may get commercial flights back in 2020. Flights to the desert landmark will likely return after construction is finished on a runway. This upgrade allows a higher classification of larger planes to land and depart. The airport hasn't seen these large planes since Great Lakes Aviation left in fall of 2017. Getting airlines on board is still in the works, and managers hope to set an open date soon.
Hashtag Good Things Challenge is trending after Jared Leto donated $5,000 to help pay the medical bills of a family in Sandy, Utah. Kenzie McGuire is here with more information on the Hofer family. Kenzie?
Michael and Brighton Hofer are overwhelmed with gratitude after Jared Leto donated $5,000 to their family. In response to the Good Things Challenge created by Zed, Leto posted about his donation and nominated 3 other celebrities on Tuesday. 3-year-old Griffin and 18-month-old Watson were hospitalized when a car hit their stroller while they were on a walk with their mother near their home in Sandy, Utah. Now, Brighton actually posted about the struggle that her and her family has been going through, showing the children in very critical condition. She even posted this photo showing one of her sons completely covered in tubes. Now, luckily, Leto has helped really build some traction for their GoFundMe account. They have 7.1 thousand shares, and they are nearly at their goal with only about $1,000 left. So they even posted a video showing baby Watson, who, even though he's got a feeding tube and a couple broken bones, he's a very happy boy, and we're really hoping that we can see him and his brother recover as quickly as possible. Jared Leto also tweeted that he encourages everyone to do the Good Thing Challenge, and remember that the smallest gesture can make a big impact, even if it is just a hello and a smile. So really, let's do our best to not let this beautiful face down. Give someone a hug, buy your friends their favorite candy, and give someone a smile on your way home from work. Let's find out just how much good the Good Things Challenge can do.
More than 200 people attended a funeral for a fish this week at Brigham Young University. While the star had gone belly up, this event certainly did not. Students gathered to pay their respects and to give the fish the sky burial he deserved. The wake featured music, a live performance of taps on the trumpet, and a hymn to send the majestic beast on his last journey to the big pond in the sky. A cause of death has not been determined, and foul play is not suspected.
Facebook's ad policy is under fire.
You announced that Facebook would not be doing fact-checking on political ads.
What lawmakers want Facebook to change? Is it Christmas time already? What major company's holiday shopping season starts tomorrow?
I thought it would be helpful for people.
A Utah company launched its new social app, what the app is about, and who the CEO hopes it will help.
Plus, ash is falling like snow in the California Kincaid fire. Coming up, how many people are losing power there, and my full forecast for the Wasatch Front.
What to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys, preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
The forest is a whole hidden world of wonders. What better place to let your imagination soar? Experience nature and create a memory you can share. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Two people are dead and 20 are injured after a car rammed into a group of protesters in Chile. The incident was caught on surveillance video. You can see a car speeding down the road right as it hits protesters. A 4-year-old child is among those killed. Police are investigating the incident. They say the intention and condition of the driver are not clear. Mark Zuckerberg is in the hot seat answering questions about Facebook's ad policy.
Would I be able to run advertisements on Facebook targeting Republicans in primaries saying that they voted for the Green New Deal?
I don't know the answer to that.
The hearing lasted more than 6 hours. Lawmakers repeatedly grilled Zuckerberg about Facebook's handling of election interface and data privacy. Facebook says it does not independently fact-check any political ads. That is done by third-party fact-checkers.
A mandatory evacuation is underway in California as hundreds of homes are threatened by a fast-moving wildfire. The Kincaid fire has scorched 10,000 acres of land and has been burning since 4 a.m. this morning. Fire officials say the blaze is a wind-driven grass and brush fire, but the cause is still under investigation. Red flag warnings are in effect in the area, which has a population of more than 25 million people. Pacific Gas and Electric is cutting power to roughly 180,000 customers as a preventative measure. Walmart is kicking off its holiday shopping season early this year. The retailer says it will launch its online deal drop sales at midnight tomorrow. That's in part due to the shorter than usual shopping season in 2019. There will be 6 fewer shopping days between Thanksgiving and Christmas compared to 2018. Walmart says it wants its customers to make the most of the shorter season.
The average person knows 600 people, but how well do you really know them? NewsLine reporter Emma Benson discovered a new app that helps people become better networkers and better friends. Emma, I'm curious, what's the name of this app?
The app is called ZooHoo. It helps users to nurture relationships with people by keeping track of important details or events like birthdays, anniversaries, or graduations.
ZooHoo CEO Sean Bear originally had the idea for the app last year when he was on his way to meet a friend and realized he had forgotten his friend's children's names. He quickly called his wife for help to avoid a potentially awkward situation. That's when he realized there had to be a better way to keep track of important bits of information like a friend's child's name.
I tried taking notes in Notepad and used my phone the best I could to sort of log all these important facts and events that were important to people in their lives. And I just found there just had to have been a better solution or a better way.
Bear says he created ZooHoo to help people build real relationships with others, instead of surface-level interactions through social media.
I thought it would be helpful for people so that they could help nurture the relationships that they have with their friends, with their family, as well as business associates.
Some of the app's features include a map of friends' locations across the U.S., a note section to record important information, and a calendar to track notable events. The app even sends users reminders of an event like an upcoming birthday and allows users to purchase a gift through the app. Users can also link friends' Instagram pages. BYU student Jenna Dalton says she has memory loss, but Zuhu helps her remember important facts about the people she's close to.
I really like it because I love my friends and my family and getting gifts for people and stuff, so having a central app where I can put all that information has been super helpful.
Zuhu is available for free on the App Store. Back to you.
Thanks, Emma. Some might recognize Eric Dowdle from Painting the Town, a show that aired with 3 seasons. He's an artist known for turning his paintings into puzzles. NewsLine reporter Haley Davis found out about the artist behind the paintbrushes and what happens in his studio.
Yeah, Kim, I'm here off of I-15 in Linden, and I'm outside Dowdle Factory, where I'm about to go speak with Eric to learn about the stories, his puzzles, and his paintings, and how they all have come together into seriously some beautiful pieces of art.
Look at this. This is hometown. Oh, you're using this
Telling stories was a natural part of my growing up. And folk art really is one of the best avenues to tell a good story. So you combine that with making puzzles, which gives you 3 hours of engagement with a product, you can really learn a lot about a place, an event, or a subject. And so we try and cover as much of that as possible, put it in a painting, and hopefully entertain.
This is Eric, a local folk artist who has found personal stories from around the world to tell through paintings and puzzles.
And we start talking, pretty soon we're best friends. That's what traveling does. You find people that have had similar experiences with you, and you connect. That's why we do it. No puzzle analogy there at all. So I'm going to take you back here, and you can see some of the artists. They're going to be nervous. You know, artists they don't like being in front of the camera. I don't like it. I hate it.
Some of these artists include painters and craftsmen like Jeff.
Jeff, lay something on me.
Now, we're working on what's called the illuminated manuscript here. Every day, Peter and I sit down and we talk about where we're going with the project.
Another artist I met named James is working on a New Zealand love story.
He contacted me and said, listen, let's go down there. I don't care what it costs. I just want to tell this story and do this and then have a painting done in memory of my wife.
I spent much more time meeting other painters and key players in the production of sharing incredible stories like the one from New Zealand. But as far as Eric goes,
North Dakota, we're coming after you.
Stay tuned for his next step in storytelling. They might just be stories you heard once in school. And if you want to find out more about where Eric is going, where he's been, and the stories behind the puzzles and the paintings you might have seen in your home or around town, you can head over to his website, dowdlefolkart.com. Reporting in Linden for NewsLine, I'm Haley Davis.
Thanks, Haley.
We'll take a look at this sunrise this morning from Sundance Mountain Resort. It is just stunning and clear. Now, it has been a little bit cooler of a morning than we've seen in the past few days, but right now we are warming up and our weather is just so clear in comparison with our neighbors to the west. Washington State is experiencing some severe flooding, and then California is struggling to contain some fires, but we could be joining our neighbors in some severe weather soon. And right now, across the United States, look at this. This is our severe weather map. You can see a lot going on right now in Colorado and Wyoming, and this is right here, a red flag warning in California where those fires are. They've got so much wind, dry conditions. That's why they're having such a problem over there. A few other severe conditions down here in Texas and Oklahoma, but really, here in Utah, we're only going to be getting snow, and unfortunately, it's going to interrupt our weekend. This is about Friday morning. You can see it's just going to hang out, and then it will drop in late Friday night. So by Saturday morning, we could see a bit more snow, and then going into Sunday is where we could see the most snow. You can even see right here, the southern part of our state is going to get drenched with some snow as well. Maybe some sprinkles in the upper elevations, but it's going to be a snowy Saturday and Sunday, at least for the northern Wasatch Front. Here at home, though, our temperatures today, not too bad. 50 in Logan, 52 in Salt Lake City. Provo at 55, though. Moab, though, is going to be a little chilly, 30. And then Vernal, look at this for the lows, 26 degrees. St. George down here, though, 68 and 43. So these lows are pretty cool along the Wasatch Front and cooler than normal highs for today. Now, for southern Utah, you could be getting a little bit of snow maybe on Sunday. Again, that's going to be way up high in those upper elevations, not down south, but you'll be cooling down as well into the weekend. But then by Tuesday, you'll warm back up. For the northern Utah forecast for our 5-day, Sunday and Monday are going to be our snowy days, and we'll stay cool on Tuesday, but that storm will move out by then. So enjoy the weekend, because it's really not going to last very long by the time we get into next week. So
that's true. Okay. I just got to say, what's October without a little snow in Utah?
I know. Just a little sprinkle here and there.
Very true,
Right.
very true. Well, guys, we have a lot of BYU news, some good, some bad, but a lot. It'll be fun. Former BYU basketball coach Dave Rose is in the hospital. We will tell you what happened and how he is doing next. The Jazz beat the Thunder in their season opener last night. Find out how all the new Jazzmen performed.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Former BYU basketball coach Dave Rose is recovering after suffering a major heart attack. Coach Rose's wife Cheryl said on Instagram yesterday that he suffered a heart attack early Tuesday morning and was rushed to the hospital. Cheryl said, quote, "The doctors used words like severe, major, and widowmaker, but they went to work and gave us more time together. Best of luck to Coach Rose on his recovery." Men's and women's basketball kicked off the season last night during the Midnight Madness event at the Marriott Center. Fans had chances to interact with the teams, win prizes, and participate in different activities. The women's began their season on Tuesday, while the men have their first exhibition game next Friday. Number 4 ranked women's soccer beat Portland last night 2-0 to stay undefeated. Goals by Elise Flake and Ashton Brockbank gave the Cougars the lead in the first half, and the Cougars held on for the shutout win for the rest of the night. BYU recorded 14 shots compared to Portland's 7. Sabrina Davis tallied 2 saves on the night for the Cougars. BYU returns to Southfield on Saturday to take on San Diego. Men's golf shot a 2 under 284 on Wednesday to secure their second place finish at the Pacific Invitational. The Cougars finished just 3 strokes behind first place San Jose State. Brett Rasmussen, Carson Lindell, and Peter Quest all placed inside the top 10 individually for the Cougars. BYU will play at the St. Mary's Invitational in Pebble Beach, California next month. The Jazz celebrated getting the 2023 All-Star Game in Salt Lake City by getting a big season opener win over the Oklahoma City Thunder last night, 100-95.
Gobert and Mitchell on the floor for Quinn Snyder. Donovan races down inside, scoop it, count it. What a shot!
Donovan Mitchell had 32 points, while new Jazzman Bojan Bojanovic added 16. Mike Conley struggled from the field, though, shooting 1 for 16, and Rudy Gobert had 7 points for the Jazz. Chris Paul had 22 for the Thunder. The Jazz now travel to Los Angeles to take on LeBron and the Lakers tomorrow night. Real Salt Lake lost last night to the Seattle Sounders 2-0 to eliminate them from the MLS Cup playoffs. Goalkeeper Nick Rimando had quite the game, though, for his last match of his career. Rimando finished with 8 saves for Salt Lake. Rimando has played 553 games over his 20-year career and has been with Salt Lake since the 2007 season. We'll be right back.
My twin brother Jacob has an autism spectrum disorder. He didn't have any friends as a result. It broke my heart. That was the inspiration behind my nonprofit Score a Friend. Educating people to include people with differences is so important because when Jacob's included, he feels like he can succeed in life and he feels like he actually has a purpose.
You can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the king, come banging on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war, you could touch a God, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock, you can move a mountain, you can break rocks, you can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself. Stand in the Hall of Fame, and the world's gonna know your name.
A grad student in Texas recently received an unexpected surprise for her and her baby.
Ebony Greenfield is pursuing her master's at Texas Southern University, but it can be difficult to balance that with her taking care of her 1-month-old Carter. She was struggling with taking care of her child during her film writing class while also taking notes, so her professor stepped in to help. Dr. Tyrone Dixon took the child in his arms while he was giving his lecture to make it easier on Greenfield to take notes and focus on her classwork.
What a good professor.
That's awesome. I know, and as a student who also has a baby, like what a big deal that is.
Well, I thought it was interesting because they say it's a film class, but typically you watch in a film class. Like, I wonder what his lecture is.
There's
is he
also
talking
lectures,
through
I'm
the
sure.
movie?
Some
Right, what a
analysis,
cute little baby.
something.
I
He's
know.
following the good things challenge.
That's
professor.
right. That's right. Following Jared
That's
Leto.
very nice of
Absolutely.
him. Thanks for joining us today for Newsline.
For more information on our stories or to share them with your friends, check out our website, universe.byu.edu/newsline.
Have a great day.